You have the right to call an attorney right now. You spoke for 2 hours. 2 hours. I stood quiet 2 days just watching it play out. Watching what excuses the people come up with. Every day, every year, every time I come out, y'all move the goalposts further, 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 further.
You are what you are, buddy. You official on the Wooden and Charleston White team. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm okay with being a snitch. But you is a snitch too.
Young Thug probably thought tossing out slick jokes or random words would win the crowd back, but he guessed wrong. Fans are on his neck, and even rappers who once rocked with him are calling him out.
He is putting on a master class in how to take a good brand and totally it up. He made a bunch of phone calls to tell people how he felt about Gunna. Chatty.
Right now, he's probably wishing he just stayed quiet after coming home. Every other day, another leaked Young Thug audio hits the internet, each one cutting deeper into his street image. The loudest backlash comes from one thing, a 2-hour interrogation tape from way back in 2015. That tape has become the piece everybody points to, and from the first minute, it looked ugly.
Your first right is you have the right to remain silent. And that's it.
Do you understand that?
Yeah. Initially?
I don't want to initial.
That's fine. If you don't want to initial it, that's fine. As long as you understand.
From the jump, Thug refused to initial his rights, almost like he didn't even want people knowing he was in that room. Then he told detectives he'd say whatever they wanted, as long as it never saw daylight. That set the tone. And once the tape started rolling, he talked a lot. He didn't just talk, he threw Pee Wee Roscoe right under the bus. He claimed Roscoe carried Wayne's heat and was out hitting licks on the daily. That wasn't casual talk, it was a direct call out. Then Thug gave detectives the full play-by-play of the money beef between Lil Wayne and Birdman, saying Birdman blocked Wayne's album and kept his bread.
Was them there more brothers than Bird and Wayne?
Oh, Roscoe and Lil Wayne were more
than he used to brain Wayne.
According to Thug, Birdman flat out lied about the reasons, leaving Wayne cheated out of his money. Thug even pointed to Wayne's lyrics. Birdman is an army. I'm a one-man army. And if that dude coming for me, I'm going out like Tony. And then came the heaviest part. Thug hinted that Roscoe was the one who shot up Wayne's tour bus. Since Roscoe later took a 10-year sentence for that very case, fans say Thug's words lined up way too perfectly.
It's called Carter 5. And Birdman, they never put it out. So he started a little organization called Free Carter 5. I mean, bring it out. And then Birdman told me that, so I'm like, oh, so that's what's wrong. He ain't put it out.
When detectives brought up YSL, Thug tried brushing it off with laughs, saying it was just a clothing brand. Young Stone Life or Young Successful Living. He played it like the gang talk was a joke, but time exposed the truth. Years later, during his own RICO case, Thug pled guilty to criminal street gang activity, the exact opposite of his just a clothing line excuse. By the end of the tape, Thug wouldn't even take the officer's business card, almost like he already knew how bad this looked, but the damage was locked in. Once that clip leaked, the internet branded him a rat overnight. Thug tried to clean it up, claiming he never snitched because the video wasn't used in court. His angle was simple. If prosecutors didn't pull it out, then technically he wasn't cooperating. He even jumped on Twitter, firing off defenses. In one post he wrote, "Bashing me is only going to mess the rap community up more. I'm the glue to this fake game," but the denials fell flat.
In Atlanta, and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the f***? That was so weird. This nigga, they all shot at to it.
Worse, new leaks kept spilling out, piling up against him. Fans also started calling out the double standard. Thug dragged Gunna after Gunna took an Alford plea, admitting YSL was a gang and that its members did crimes. To Thug, that was betrayal. He even blasted him online, tweeting, "Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you, my guy." When Thug dropped new music, he didn't hold back. He doubled down with bars straight at Gunna. "Brother, you're a rat twin, you a pack." The message was loud and clear. He stamped Gunna with the Snitch label. But here's the twist. Both of them took pleas. Gunna's Alford plea admitted YSL was real without him taking guilt. while Thug's flat-out guilty plea tied him directly to gang activity. That's why the tables flipped on Thug, as one insider said either Gunna's a snitch and Thug's an even bigger one, or neither of them are.
You want me to give you my card or you don't want my card? Because well, some people don't, and when they're in jail, they don't want to have like a cop's card because they worry that, oh, they gonna think I'm...
Thug walked himself into his own trap. And then came that viral yes ma'am moment. Gunna's 2 words in court had the internet clowning him, with even Thug joining in, calling it a fold under pressure. But fast forward to now, people are asking, what about Thug's 2-hour interrogation tape? He dropped names, he broke down Birdman, Wayne, Roscoe, making Gunna's yes ma'am look like nothing. One Reddit user summed it up. Gunna never pointed fingers. What he said couldn't even be used in court. He slipped by without really snitching, but since it was on camera and leaked, the label stuck. Thug, though, gave out names and stories. And that's what people call real rat activity. And it's not just fans talking, rappers and industry voices are weighing in, with Kendrick Lamar's name popping up heavy. In another leaked clip, Thug ranted about trying to land a Kendrick feature, probably for his 2023 album Business is Business, but getting shut down.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes.
He sounded salty, asking, "These dudes too big? Why wouldn't you do a feature for a superstar?" He claimed Lil Durk and Lil Baby also got ignored, saying Kendrick's move wasn't about music, it was about ego. In Thug's eyes, Kendrick was acting above the culture instead of building with it. Thug even fired off, "That's why these dudes will never be bigger than Drake ever in life." He held up Drake as the real superstar, always working with peers while painting Kendrick as selfish and standoffish. Thug kept pressing, saying Kendrick's no-show hurt his ties to the streets, especially on the East Coast, where fans don't vibe the same with his music. Then he took aim at Kendrick's cousin, Baby Keem, calling his talent overrated and accusing Kendrick of wasting his cosign on family instead of real heavyweights like him, Durk, or Baby. But that rant blew back fast. Fans called it straight entitlement, saying Kendrick doesn't owe anybody a feature, period. And with Baby Keem being his blood cousin, of course Kendrick is gonna stand by him. Some even believe Kendrick already saw this storm coming and addressed it in his music before anyone even knew Thug had an issue.
That type of shit. Supposed to be a cool blessing nigga. That's why I'll never be bigger than Drake, ever in life. Never be bigger than Buddy.
On Squabble Up, Kendrick spits, "Pipe down young. These some whole other politics be with him and some B in him. That's a lot of B." Then he cuts deeper. "Tell me why the FU dudes rap if it's fictional. Tell me why the FU dudes fed if you criminal. Slash a dot, can I get a drop?" I'm like, nah. Kendrick never gets into messy interviews or direct call-outs. He lets his music handle the talking. And now, for a lot of fans, those bars feel like they were aimed with precision. But it wasn't just Kendrick dropping hints. Then came 50 Cent. You already know 50 Lives for Drama. And the second Thug's interrogation chatter went viral. 50 slid in with a cryptic IG post.
You see what I'm saying? Like a Thug and a Gunna and everything that they're going through. Yeah. And you look at other people too, and you, I said on the record, I said, I am not gang. I do not.
It showed a man dancing to the dramatics in the rain with a caption that set everything off. "This how you gotta move in the streets now because these dudes telling. Be careful now." He didn't drop names, but the timing told the story, just hours after Thug's footage leaked. And it wasn't even the first time 50 spoke on YSL. Back in 2023, when the Rico storm first hit, he explained why he keeps clear of gang ties. To him, the law ain't just chasing mafias anymore. Rappers trying to juggle music and the streets put giant targets on their backs. A lot of people agreed. If YSL never moved like a gang, there wouldn't be a Rico and there wouldn't be all this snitch drama. And then, of course, came 6ix9ine. If anybody was gonna dive into this, it's hip-hop's most infamous, self-proclaimed snitch. And he wears that label like a badge.
Still talking about, oh, rat, da-da-da. Bro, that's God. That ain't nothing but God biting you back in your... bro, because you supposed to been thankful that you just beat a life sentence in a RICO and came home and minded your business and been humble. But instead, you still coming out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Now look, you came back and bought your bitch.
The moment Thug's leaks popped off, 6ix9ine was already throwing shots, calling out the industry's double standards. He said when he got jammed up, rappers who weren't even tied to him lined up to say they'd never work with a rat. But now with Thug, excuses, silence, and people looking the other way. According to 6ix9ine, the energy doesn't match at all. He clowned Thug's whole situation, saying, "Stop giving this dude applause. Stop applauding this dude for taking a plea in the state. Everybody took a plea in the state. That ain't no win. You got 20 years probation. Dude, you lost." And the wild part, a lot of people agreed. That's when you know things were looking bad for Thug. Then YSL Mondo, someone who's actually close to the circle, jumped in and made it even messier. He said Thug's downfall didn't start with the leaks. It started the moment he touched down after beating the first RICO. Instead of moving low, Mondo claimed Thug came out loud, clowning Gunna and calling others rats while hiding his own dirt. To him, this was karma in action.
You official on the Wooded and Charleston White team. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm okay with being a snitch. But you is a snitch too.
Thug played anti-snitch, but ended up doing the same thing he accused others of. Mondo even called out Pee Wee Roscoe, saying Thug had him brainwashed. Roscoe had gone live on IG defending Thug, saying a rat is only someone who cuts a deal with the government after being guilty. By his definition, Thug wasn't a snitch, but most people weren't buying it, especially since Roscoe himself sat in prison for 10 years over the very case Thug talked about. To outsiders, it looked like blind loyalty. Others weren't as gentle. Whack 100 and Munchie B flat out said Thug was telling. No loopholes, no deep explanation. If you sit in front of detectives and start dropping names, you're snitching, period. And then came YSL Woody, the most controversial witness in the RICO trial. Even he called Thug a rat, saying he was officially part of the snitch community. Woody even warned Lil Baby and 21 Savage to steer clear, claiming if Thug went down, he'd drag them with him. Not long after, fans noticed 21 Savage unfollowed Thug on Instagram, and people instantly took that as proof. And while Woody was firing off warnings, Charleston White was on the sidelines celebrating Thug's downfall like it was his personal win. He's not a rapper, but he built his whole brand off stirring chaos. And when it came to Thug, he went extra hard. He blasted Thug's hypocrisy with Gunna, laughing at the way it all flipped on him.
Keep him 6 more months. Locked up in them conditions like that there. He'll tell to get out of jail too. He about ready to break.
I told y'all, I am the new crop. And you mad at Yak got it. You mad at Gunna. Gunna don't have no interrogation tapes. And everybody mad at Gunna.
Atlanta, I know y'all love Thug. And I love y'all. But y'all just bear with me. I'm finna destroy Young Thug. He will not be able to rap no.
Charleston even vowed he'd crush Thug so bad he'd never rap again. Out of everybody talking, he seemed the happiest watching Thug crumble. But the hits didn't stop there. Another leaked phone call showed Thug throwing shade at Lil Durk, saying, "I already done too much for you, man. Watch out." That came after Durk refused to clear a verse for Thug's album. The reaction was instant. Durk's OTF crew clowned him, and fans dug up an old Durk bar. Rappers Goofy Stains, "Pay me for a song, don't clear the verse." Now folks are convinced Durk had been talking about Thug from the start. By now, the backlash wasn't just about the interrogation tape anymore. The image building around Thug is darker. Fans are calling him a narcissist. They say he lies, contradicts himself, and throws tantrums whenever someone else shines. To many, he looks bitter, jealous, and entitled. The same traits tearing apart what used to be Atlanta's powerhouse unity in rap. And here's the wild irony. While Thug tried to destroy Gunna's name, Gunna's the one coming out on top. His album dropped with strong numbers, critics showing love, and fans rallying behind him. Some even claimed Gunna's project outsold Thug's business, which many accused of being boosted with paid streams. Gunna's stock is rising, while Thug's reputation keeps falling. Fans are even comparing Thug to Meek Mill's failed anti-6ix9ine campaign. Remember how Meek's obsession with calling out a snitch backfired and overshadowed his own music? People are saying Thug is walking down that same road, more worried about pointing fingers than delivering bangers. And the verdict from the culture: if Thug wants to bounce back, he's gotta let the snitch obsession go, forgive Gunna, and give the streets music they can feel. Right now, instead of building bridges, he looks like a bitter man burning every one of them down. So what do you think? Is Thug finished, or can he bounce back? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and I'll catch you on the next one.